Good morning, Wall Street winners. It is Monday, May 20th. It's a holiday in Canada, Victoria Day, but it is a full-on trading day in the U.S. So we are going to focus on what's going on in the U.S. markets today. As we look at the indices, this video coming to you a little bit after the open, and my apologies for that. I did record something earlier this morning and it didn't have any video on it. So here we have crude down twice as much as it was when I recorded this initially pre-market. It's down 53 cents. I do expect that crude is going to pop back today and oil stocks will probably pop back up into the green. The NASDAQ is off to a good start. If we scroll down, we've got some major announcements coming out this week. The big one is obviously on the 22nd after market close, and that's NVDA with an expected move in that stock of about $75. So that could be to the upside, obviously, if earnings and future guidance are good, but it could also be to the downside if there's a miss there. And I think the majority of folks are expecting that it is going to exceed their expectations and provide some incredible future guidance. You can hear in the background, my dog is super excited about the earnings announcement from NVIDIA. He's clearly a bit of a gamer or has learned gaming from my son, and you'll see that he's very excited. We've also got some earnings coming out this afternoon after market. So if we scroll down to tech, that's really where we're going to focus on right now, and that is Palo Alto, so PAN-W. It's off $1.06 right now as we're into the markets. That is going to announce today after close, and there's an expected move on that of $27 or $28 if when earnings come out, either obviously to the positive or to the negative. You could see that CRM also in the positive. Salesforce, it's going to be announcing in the next 9 days. I do think that there's a lot of opportunity for some positive movement here. They really haven't formalized and announced their AI strategy, but they have a ton of data, and this company is in almost every organization's Salesforce or sales organization, sales department, and driving that. So there is a ton of opportunity there. Microsoft is up $4 right now. ARM is off slightly. On Semi is up slightly. You've got AMD to the positive, part of your semiconductor group. You've got Lam Research to the positive, up $20. Obviously, makers of silicon wafer production technology and everything that goes into the manufacturing of chips. Meta, one of my favorites, is off right now. I think there's a very high likelihood that we'll see Meta get up into the 475s or 480s by the end of this week, especially if we get a positive earnings announcement from NVIDIA. I think that will lift all boats in the tech harbor. So I think everything will move really to the upside in the case of a good earnings announcement. NVIDIA up today, climbing back to kind of where it was at a high last week or just under that. It got up to 954 last week. It closed down around 920, 918, I think, on Friday, and now we're up to 946. So lots of move there to the positive, and I think we're going to see a run-up coming into earnings for NVIDIA, so that's definitely a stock to be watching and keeping your eye on. $21, $20 move is definitely to the positive, but take your profits here. I mean, this is a very volatile stock, and if it's up $21, it could easily go back down $10 or $15 and then pop back up again in the same trading day. Google is up today, looking like it's going to get to 180. This is going to be an incredible player in the AI space and a good buy and hold stock. If you're not looking to get into some active trading, it would just be a great stock to hold for the long run. Another one in the financials, SoFi. I love SoFi at 720. I think it's an attractive purchase. This stock could easily bounce to 750, 760 in a single day. And then we get down to JP Morgan. So JP Morgan, another attractive purchase in my opinion. They just announced today that their forecast for net interest income is going to be better than expected. They said they are now reforecasting an additional $2 billion in net interest income thanks to delays in federal Reserve interest rates move to the lower. So that is a positive, and I think we'll see other announcements out of other financials in that regard as well as we move through to the end of May and into June, and that could do a lot to boost financials. So I think if you're looking for a play that could give you a 3 to 4% lift in 30 to 45 days, I think looking at some of these financials, both regionals and some of the bigger banks, could be an opportunity there, especially the bigger ones. I mean, I think Goldman, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, all extremely strong organizations. And as long as you're comfortable with the valuation of those and there's some move to the upside, even though, for example, Goldman is near its high for the year, I think there's still some room for that stock to move as we see more IPOs come out and net interest income gains adding to the bottom line, trading revenues doing very well. I think there's a lot of potential for upside in these financial services companies going forward through to the end of the year. That's where we are today. In terms of other announcements to look out for this week, I talked about Palo Alto today. Tomorrow is Lowe's, so they'll announce pre-market. So looking at retail stocks, we don't follow Lowe's, but that is making an announcement tomorrow. AutoZone, another one that has been a phenomenal company to invest in over the years, they're making an announcement tomorrow pre-market. Then we get into the 22nd when we have NVDA. We also have Snowflake, we have Analog Devices, and then the 23rd, we have companies like Dollar Tree in the discount space. We have tech company like Workday, an excellent company, Toronto Dominion Bank, who has been like the bear of bears in the market. This is expected to report some positive earnings expectations. Maybe a good time to look at that if you have some Toronto or some Canadian holdings is Toronto Dominion Bank or TD Bank. We have BJ's Wholesale Club, same day. And then we've got a ton of Fed speak this week. We've got Fed Governor Christopher Waller talking today, Michael Barr, Vice Chair Philip Jefferson. Tomorrow, Christopher Waller again, Michael Barr again. You've got Cleveland Fed President tomorrow, Loretta Mester, Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic, and Boston Fed President Susan Collins all speaking. You have existing home sales for April being announced on Wednesday, and the minutes from the Fed's May FOMC meeting, those will be critically analyzed, being released at 11 a.m. on Wednesday. And then Thursday, the initial jobless claims. Friday, durable goods orders. And you've got Fed Governor Christopher Waller again speaking on Friday, as well as consumer sentiment for May. So a lot of data, a lot of things happening, but the big focus this week is going to be on AI and what NVIDIA does. And I think we're going to see some record numbers come out. So watch your trades, watch where you get in, take your profits when they shoot up, and then wait for those stocks to come back down to a level where you want to buy in again. Don't be afraid to take your profits. That is a key to earning money in the markets as an active trader. If you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel. Tell someone that is interested in stock market investing about the channel, and leave me a like and a comment.